Did you know this might not just be about getting older? Many people assume leg weakness is inevitable with age, but the truth is, your diet plays a much bigger role than you might realize. Think about it. Strong legs are your foundation for staying independent, active, and safe from falls. They allow you to live life on your terms. Yet, some very common foods, maybe even ones you eat every day, could be silently working against you, damaging the muscles, bones, and circulation needed for strong legs. It's like a hidden saboteur in your kitchen. But here's the empowering part. You have the power to change this. It's truly never too late to make healthier choices that can help you regain strength, reduce pain, and keep your legs strong for years to come. Understanding which foods might be causing harm and discovering delicious, healthier alternatives can make a world of difference. So, which everyday foods are secretly impacting your mobility? In this video, we're uncovering 5 common food types known to weaken leg strength in seniors. We'll explore why they're harmful and give you practical swaps you can make starting today. Are you ready to learn how to fuel your legs for strength and vitality? Before we get started, I'd love to know where you're joining me from today. Drop a comment below and feel free to ask any questions you have. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a health-boosting tip from Elders Guidance. Did you know that the strength of your legs isn't just about aging? Many seniors believe that weak legs, difficulty walking, or muscle pain are simply a part of getting older. But what if I told you that something seemingly harmless, something many of us enjoy every single day, is quietly draining the strength right out of your legs? We're talking about processed sugar. There's something comforting about a little sweetness, isn't there? That spoonful in your morning coffee, a slice of cake at a family gathering, maybe even that familiar habit of reaching for a cookie after dinner. It feels harmless, almost like a small reward. But this everyday indulgence is one of the biggest hidden enemies when it comes to maintaining your mobility and independence as you age. Many seniors experience muscle weakness, joint pain, and a growing sense of fatigue without ever realizing that the sugar they consume plays a major role in their declining ability to move freely. You might assume those aching legs and that morning stiffness are just signs of the years passing by. But science tells a different story. Excess sugar in your diet is slowly, silently weakening your muscles, making it harder to stay active, and even increasing your risk of serious mobility issues down the road. So, how exactly does this sweet substance cause such problems? It works in several damaging ways. First, think about the blood sugar roller coaster. When you eat or drink something high in processed sugar, like desserts, sodas, pastries, or even many packaged foods, your body gets an immediate spike in blood sugar. You might feel a quick burst of energy, but it's temporary. That high is quickly followed by a crash, leaving you feeling tired, sluggish, and weak. Over time, this constant up and down disrupts your body's ability to regulate energy efficiently, making simple movements, like getting out of a chair or walking across the room, feel exhausting. But the damage goes deeper. Excess sugar is a major fuel source for chronic inflammation. Imagine a low-level fire constantly smoldering inside your body. That's chronic inflammation. It's one of the biggest culprits behind joint pain and muscle weakness. When your body is constantly inflamed, your joints, especially weight-bearing ones like your knees and hips, can become stiff, swollen, and painful. This inflammation also affects your muscle fibers directly, making them less flexible and more prone to damage and soreness. That persistent leg pain or heaviness, even without an obvious injury. Inflammation fueled by sugar could be a major contributor. Then there's the issue of insulin resistance. As we age, our bodies naturally become a bit less responsive to insulin. the hormone that helps usher sugar from our blood into our cells for energy. But a high-sugar diet dramatically accelerates this decline. When insulin resistance sets in, your muscles struggle to absorb essential nutrients, particularly protein and amino acids, the very building blocks they need to repair themselves and stay strong. Without proper nourishment, muscles begin to shrink and weaken over time, a condition related to sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. This is why seniors with high sugar intake often find it harder to maintain balance, strength, and overall mobility. And it doesn't stop there. Sugar is also quietly stealing strength from your bones. Most people don't realize this connection, but high sugar consumption interferes with your body's ability to absorb and utilize calcium. Over time, this leads to weaker, more brittle bones, increasing your risk for osteopenia and osteoporosis. For seniors, this is incredibly dangerous. Fragile bones mean a simple slip or fall. Something that might have once just caused a bruise could now result in a serious fracture, like a broken hip, an event that can drastically impact independence. So, what can you do? The answer isn't about eliminating all sweetness, but about making smarter choices. Be aware of hidden sugars. They lurk in surprising places. Yogurts, granola bars, salad dressings, sauces, canned fruits, and even many types of bread. Get in the habit of reading labels. Look at the added sugars line. You might be shocked at how much is hiding in seemingly healthy foods. Instead of reaching for processed sweets, satisfy your sweet tooth with whole foods. Fresh fruits offer natural sweetness along with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that actually protect your muscles and bones. If cravings hit hard, try a small amount of dark chocolate. Look for 70% cacao or higher, a handful of nuts or seeds, or some plain yogurt topped with fresh berries. When you do use sweeteners, consider natural options like dates, a tiny bit of pure maple syrup or honey in moderation. They still impact blood sugar, just often less dramatically than white sugar. Remember, the choices you make today directly influence how well you move tomorrow. Sugar might seem like a small indulgence, but its cumulative effect over time can rob you of your strength, your stability, and your ability to live independently. Don't let something so preventable dictate your future. Take control now, make those smarter swaps, and keep your legs strong, steady, and capable for all the years to come. If you enjoyed this video, comment 1 to let me know. If not, comment 2. Your thought matters to me either way. Let's talk about the next category of foods that could be undermining your leg strength. Deep-fried and fast foods. There's something undeniably satisfying about them, isn't there? The crunch of perfectly golden French fries, the crispy coating on fried chicken, or maybe just the warm, easy comfort of a quick fast food meal. These foods are familiar, often linked to celebrations or simple moments of indulgence. But while they might delight your taste buds for a moment, they could be quietly weakening your legs, stiffening your joints, and making every movement more difficult over time. Again, many seniors might chalk up slowing mobility, aching knees, or that heavy feeling in their legs simply to the aging process. But the truth is, what you regularly put on your plate is just as impactful, if not more so, than the passing years. Deep-fried foods and typical fast food fare are among the most damaging choices for your muscles, joints, and crucial blood circulation, all essential for strong, healthy legs. How do they cause harm? Let's break it down. First, these foods are often loaded with harmful trans fats and are cooked at high temperatures that create compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. Both trans fats and AGEs are like throwing gasoline on the fire of inflammation in your body. This isn't just minor irritation, it's widespread inflammation that particularly targets your joints. think stiffness, swelling, and pain, that make it harder to walk, stand up, or climb stairs. Over time, this constant inflammatory attack damages the protective cartilage in your joints, significantly increasing your risk of developing or worsening conditions like osteoarthritis, which severely impacts mobility for millions of seniors. Second, these types of foods are notorious for slowing down your blood circulation. Healthy blood flow is vital for delivering oxygen and nutrients to your leg muscles, keeping them energized and strong. But the unhealthy fats and refined ingredients in fried and fast foods can impair blood vessel function. Poor circulation can lead to those frustrating leg cramps, persistent fatigue, and a heavy, sluggish feeling that makes even short walks feel exhausting. For seniors, maintaining good circulation isn't just about comfort. It's critical for preventing serious issues like blood clots, DVT, and peripheral artery disease, PAD, both of which can drastically reduce mobility. Third, let's talk about weight gain. Fried and fast foods are typically very high in calories and low in nutrients and fiber, making them easy to overeat and a major contributor to weight gain. Why does this matter for your legs? Every extra pound you carry puts significantly more strain on your weight-bearing joints, especially your knees, hips, and ankles. For every pound of body weight, your knees can feel about 4 extra pounds of pressure when you move. This constant extra load accelerates the breakdown of cartilage, leading to more joint pain, instability, and a higher risk of dangerous falls. And finally, similar to sugar, these foods can sabotage your bone health. Diets high in fried and processed foods often interfere with your body's ability to absorb crucial minerals like calcium and magnesium, essential building blocks for strong bones. Over the years, this can lead to reduced bone density, making bones more fragile and susceptible to fractures. A hip fracture, in particular, is a leading cause of loss of independence in older adults, turning daily activities into painful struggles. The good news? You absolutely can take control and choose differently. Instead of frying, explore healthier cooking methods like baking, grilling, roasting, steaming, or even air frying. Swap out unhealthy processed cooking oils for healthier fats like olive oil or avocado oil, which actually support joint health. When those cravings for something crunchy or savory strike, reach for a handful of nuts or seeds, some roasted chickpeas, or homemade baked vegetable chips instead of processed snacks. And when eating out, consciously look for grilled, steamed, or baked options instead of deep-fried meals. Remember, the small choices add up. The effort you put into choosing nourishing foods today pays dividends in stronger legs, better mobility, and greater independence tomorrow. Ask yourself the next time you're tempted by that fried snack, is this temporary satisfaction worth sacrificing the long-term strength of my legs? Because the answer truly can shape how well you move, walk, and live in the years ahead. Moving on to our third category, let's discuss processed meats. For many of us, these have been convenient and familiar parts of our meals for years. Think about a quick ham and cheese sandwich for lunch, bacon sizzling on the stove in the morning, or maybe a hot dog enjoyed at a summer barbecue. They're easy, they're flavorful, and they've become woven into our routines and traditions. But what most people don't realize is that behind that convenience and taste, many processed meats are silently weakening the very muscles that keep you moving. The muscles essential for maintaining your mobility and independence as you get older. It's ironic. Foods often consumed for their protein content might actually be draining your strength. So what exactly falls under processed meats? We're talking about things like bacon, sausage, ham, many deli meats, like bologna, salami, and even some sliced turkey or chicken, hot dogs, jerky, and other smoked or cured meats. The issue isn't necessarily the meat itself, but the processing it undergoes. These products are often loaded with preservatives, excessive sodium, nitrates, nitrites, and other potentially harmful additives that slowly chip away at your body's ability to move efficiently. Let's look at how they impact your leg strength. First, there's the massive sodium content. We'll talk more about sodium on its own later, but processed meats are notorious offenders. Consuming excessive sodium leads to water retention and swelling, which can leave your legs feeling heavy, stiff, and sluggish. Imagine trying to walk around with invisible weights strapped to your ankles. That's kind of what it feels like. Over time, this constant fluid imbalance puts a strain on your body and can weaken muscles, making it harder to stand for long periods or walk without discomfort. Seniors who consume a lot of high-sodium processed meats often notice more frequent muscle cramps, joint pain, and sometimes even numbness or tingling in their legs, all making everyday movements more challenging than they should be. Second, let's consider the preservatives and nitrates. These chemicals, added to extend shelf life and enhance color or flavor, are increasingly linked to chronic inflammation throughout the body. Just like we discussed with sugar and fried foods, this inflammation silently damages muscle tissue over time, making it weaker and less resilient. It also contributes to joint stiffness and discomfort, making simple tasks like getting up from a chair or climbing stairs feel like a major effort. What's particularly concerning is that the cumulative effects of this inflammation don't just slow you down today. They actually accelerate long-term muscle loss, worsening sarcopenia and making it harder to maintain mobility as the years go by. Some research even suggests these additives can negatively impact your gut microbiome, which plays a huge role in regulating inflammation. Third, there's the issue of nutrient quality and absorption. Your muscles desperately need high-quality protein, iron, B vitamins, and other essential nutrients to stay strong, repair damage, and function properly. While meat is a source of protein, the chemical-laden nature of highly processed meats might interfere with how well your body absorbs and utilizes these crucial nutrients. Instead of effectively nourishing your muscles, these foods can leave them relatively starved for the support they need, leading to gradual weakening that becomes more noticeable over time. You might be eating protein, but it's not the clean, readily usable fuel your muscles crave. So, what are the better choices if you want to preserve your strength and protect your legs? Focus on fresh, unprocessed meats whenever possible. Think grilled chicken or turkey breast, baked fish, especially fatty fish like salmon for omega-3s, or lean cuts of beef or pork prepared at home. Also, embrace the power of plant-based proteins. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, tofu, tempeh, edamame nuts, and seeds are fantastic sources of protein and fiber, rich in nutrients that actively support muscle health. If you enjoy sandwiches, try using leftover roasted chicken or turkey instead of prepackaged deli slices, and load it up with veggies on whole grain bread for a truly balanced meal. The food choices you make each day directly impact your ability to move, walk, and live the independent life you value. Processed meats might offer convenience, but they could be costing you something far more precious: your strength and mobility. Shifting towards healthier, less processed protein sources now means investing in stronger legs, greater mobility, and the freedom to stay active and engaged for many years ahead. The decision truly is yours, and your future self will undoubtedly thank you for making the strength-supporting choice. Let's move on to our fourth category: high-sodium foods. Salt. It adds flavor, it preserves food, it's seemingly everywhere. But what if this simple, familiar ingredient is actually working against you, quietly draining strength from your legs and making movement harder each year? Many seniors feel leg heaviness, see swelling in their ankles, or experience muscle weakness and just assume it's age. But often, excess sodium in the diet is a major hidden contributor. It's not just about blood pressure. Too much salt directly impacts your leg's ability to function well. How? Primarily through water retention. Too much sodium makes your body cling to excess fluid, causing that uncomfortable swelling, especially in the legs and feet. This makes your legs feel heavy, slows you down, and makes simple movements feel exhausting. Excess sodium also harms circulation by constricting blood vessels. This reduces the vital flow of oxygen and nutrients your leg muscles need to stay strong and energized, leading to fatigue and weakness. And perhaps most surprisingly, too much salt actually leaches calcium from your bones. Day after day, this can weaken your bone structure, making falls and fractures a much greater risk, a serious threat to independence. And sodium is sneaky. It's not just the salt shaker. It's hidden in huge amounts in processed foods, canned soups, frozen meals, deli meats, sauces, condiments, snack foods, and most restaurant dishes. You could be consuming far more than you realize. The solution? Become sodium aware. Cut back on processed foods and cook more meals from scratch using fresh ingredients. Explore the world of flavor using herbs, spices, garlic, onion, citrus, and vinegar instead of relying solely on salt. Read labels carefully and choose lower sodium options whenever possible. These simple shifts can make a huge difference, reducing swelling, improving circulation, protecting your bones, and keeping your legs feeling lighter and stronger. It's a small change with potentially massive rewards for your mobility. And now, for our fifth and final category, those seemingly innocent staples like white bread, regular pasta, pastries, and other refined carbohydrates. For decades, these have been a comforting presence, haven't they? A warm slice of toast in the morning, a simple sandwich at lunch, a familiar bowl of pasta for dinner. It all seems so ordinary, so normal. But what if these very foods, the ones eaten for years without a second thought, were silently draining your strength, weakening your muscles, and making it progressively harder for you to move with the ease you desire? Again, it's easy to assume that a gradual loss of mobility, that heaviness in the legs, or growing difficulty in walking are just natural, unavoidable parts of aging. While age does play a role, what many don't realize is how much their daily food choices, especially a high intake of refined carbs, are accelerating this decline. White bread, refined pasta, sugary breakfast cereals, pastries, crackers. They might offer fleeting satisfaction, but inside your body, they provide little real nourishment while actively working against your muscle strength and endurance. The problem begins deep within the processing itself. Unlike whole grains, which contain the nutrient-rich bran and germ, refined grains are stripped bare. They lose most of their fiber, essential vitamins, like B vitamins, minerals, like magnesium and zinc, and protective antioxidants. What's left behind is mostly just starch, essentially empty calories that offer little nutritional value. When you eat these refined carbs, your body digests them very quickly, converting them rapidly into sugar. This causes that sharp spike in blood sugar levels. You might get a very short burst of energy, yes, but it's inevitably followed by a steep drop, the dreaded crash, leaving you feeling tired, sluggish, mentally foggy, and physically weak. Over time, this constant cycle of blood sugar spikes and crashes takes a significant toll on your muscles, drastically reducing their endurance and making everyday movements feel much more difficult than they should. But the damage doesn't stop at energy fluctuations. Like processed sugar, refined carbohydrates are major fuel sources for chronic inflammation. Remember that smoldering fire we talked about? These foods fan the flames. Chronic inflammation makes joints feel stiff and achy, causes muscles to weaken and feel sore, and contributes to that overall feeling of bodily fatigue and heaviness. Unlike whole grains, which contain fiber and compounds that actually help reduce inflammation and support muscle recovery, refined carbs do the exact opposite. Perhaps one of the most concerning long-term effects is their impact on muscle maintenance, especially as we age. Maintaining muscle mass is absolutely crucial for mobility, balance, preventing falls, and preserving independence. But when your diet is heavy on refined carbs, it often means you're not getting enough high-quality protein and other essential nutrients your muscles need to repair and rebuild. The body simply doesn't receive the necessary building blocks. Instead of staying strong, muscles can gradually begin to shrink and weaken, contributing significantly to sarcopenia. This decline is often insidious, going unnoticed until simple tasks like getting out of a low chair, carrying groceries, or walking even moderate distances become unexpectedly challenging. The wonderful news, as always, is that it is never too late to make a positive change. Choosing whole, unprocessed carbohydrates over refined options can make a significant difference in your strength, your energy levels, and your overall mobility. What does that look like? Instead of white bread, reach for breads clearly labeled 100% whole wheat or whole grain, or try sprouted grain breads. Swap refined white pasta for whole wheat pasta, quinoa, brown rice, wild rice, or explore legume-based pastas made from chickpeas or lentils. Start your day with rolled oats or steel-cut oats instead of sugary cereals. Incorporate plenty of fiber-rich vegetables and ensure you're getting adequate lean protein and healthy fats with your meals to create balance and provide sustained fuel. Your legs are the foundation carrying you through life. What you feed them directly determines how well they'll support you in the years ahead. You don't have to accept muscle weakness as inevitable. By making mindful choices about the type of carbohydrates you eat today, you invest in maintaining your strength, protecting your independence, and continuing to move with confidence and vitality for years to come. Every meal is an opportunity. Choose to nourish your foundation. So, we've journeyed through 5 common food categories: processed sugar, fried fast foods, processed meats, high-sodium foods, and refined carbs that can significantly undermine your leg strength over time. We've seen how they contribute to inflammation, interfere with vital nutrients, impair circulation, and even weaken bones. Remember, the choices you make every single day truly shape your mobility future. It's not just about avoiding the negative, it's about actively choosing the positive. Nourishing your body with whole, unprocessed foods, lean proteins, healthy fats, fruits, vegetables, and complex carbohydrates gives it the tools needed to rebuild strength and protect your legs. Of course, diet works best alongside other healthy habits like regular movement tailored to your ability, staying well hydrated, and getting enough rest. But the most crucial message is this: it is never too late to start making better choices. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for progress, one meal at a time. Imagine feeling more confident on your feet, moving with less pain, and maintaining the independence you cherish. That future is within reach, and it starts with the powerful choices you make on your plate. Your legs have carried you this far. Choose to give them the strong, healthy foundation they deserve for the journey ahead. These insights are meant to inspire you to live more actively and fully. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect. What's one thing you learned today that you plan to apply in your own life? Share it down below in the comments. Let's support each other on this journey to better health. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends or family who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content focused on healthy aging and vitality. If you enjoyed this video, comment 1 to let me know. If not, comment 2. Your thought matter to me either way.